Welcome to the SunTouch mat installation video. This video is intended to give a general overview of the installation process. Please refer to the included installation manual and local building codes prior to beginning any installation. The products you need for this installation are the SunTouch mat and the SunTouch SunStat. Additional tools include a multimeter, a staple gun with 3/8" chisel staples, a hot glue gun, scissors, and a hammer and wood chisel. Before installing the mat, determine the location of the SunStat. Make sure this location is open and accessible and not behind a closed door, in a closet, or in a cabinet. We recommend a dedicated power line be run to this location. Be sure to follow all local electrical and building codes when doing this. Drill or saw holes for conduit at the bottom wall plate. One hole is for routing the power leads, and the other is for the thermostat sensor. These holes should be directly below the electrical box used for securing the thermostat. For most installations, we recommend a 4x4 electrical box with a single gang mud ring. Test the mat to ensure no damage occurred during shipping by using a digital multimeter. Set the meter to 200 ohms and connect probes to the power leads. For a 120-volt mat, connect to the white and black leads. For a 240-volt mat, connect to the blue and black leads. The ohm value measured should match what is on the product tag attached to the electrical lead. Record this value in the installation manual. Repeat this process for each of the leads and the ground. These values should read open or infinite as indicated by an I or a dash on the ohm meter. Next, test the thermostat sensor. The sensor is included with the SunTouch SunStat. Set the multimeter to 20,000 ohms. Connect the probes to the leads of the sensor. This value will vary based on the temperature of the room. When the sensor measures 75 degrees, the resistance reading should be approximately 10,000 ohms. Before laying the mat, be sure to thoroughly clean the floor, removing all debris. Feed the power leads from the mat up to the control location. Do the same with the sensor. A factory splice connects the cold lead to the mat. It is important not to bend this connection. Depending on the thickness of the mortar used, it may be necessary to chisel out a portion of the subfloor to recess the factory connection. Hot glue this into place. The mat can be manipulated to fit any type of area using a combination of rollovers and turns. The wire can also be removed from the mesh entirely to cover odd-shaped areas using a fill-in technique. Secure the mat in place with the use of a staple gun or hot glue. Staple only the orange mesh. Do not route the mat under vanities or permanent fixtures. Stay 4 to 6 inches away from walls, vents, and the wax rings on toilets. Once the end of the mat has been reached, attach the end splice to the floor with hot glue. The heating cable cannot be cut or shortened. In most cases, excess mat can be routed around the perimeter in the 4 to 6 inch gap, staying at least 2 inches away from other installed mat, built-ins, and walls. Once the mat is secure, it's time to install the SunStat sensor. Position the sensor parallel between the heating elements. Do not cross over the heating wire. Hot glue the sensor to the floor. At this time, perform another resistance check of all components. Record these values in the installation manual. We recommend using a 3/8" thick polymer modified thin set. A self-leveling mortar can be used when installing under laminates, hardwood, carpets, etc. Regardless of the floor covering, the mat must be fully encapsulated in a mortar bed. To install the SunTouch SunStat thermostat, first remove the faceplate from the base. Take caution not to bend the internal connection pins. It may be necessary to shorten the leads from the mat. However, be sure not to remove the ID tag. Connect the load leads to the mat and the line leads to the power in from the breaker. Connect the sensor to the sensor terminals. Be sure that the ID tag from the mat is left in the electrical box for future reference. Once all connections are made, secure the base to the electrical box using the included screws. Reattach the faceplate to the base, taking care not to damage the internal connector pins. At this time, briefly turn on the SunStat to test the system. Do not leave the thermostat on for an extended period of time. Doing so may compromise the thin set during the curing process. You have now completed your SunTouch electrical floor heating mat installation. We are confident that you will enjoy your new warm floor for many years to come. To download an instruction manual or any additional technical support, please visit our website